Hey guys, so today I'm just out here in the shop messing around, and you can see I have this 60P excavator in here, and I've been working on this case drain installed. I'm pretty much done. I'm right to the point where I just need to close up the machine, but before I do that, I wanted to walk you guys through the installation process. And then once we're done with that, I'll get the machine closed up, and then outside into the lean-to, I have a GR manufacturing window to go on this bad boy. So we'll get that in here, get it put together, and put on the machine. You guys will get to see that. So if you're new here, my name is Ron. I'm retired military. I started this company 4 years ago as a side hustle. All we had was a little farm tractor, and it's been quite the journey, guys. It's a long story. I'll do a video sometime of that separate, but this is now my full-time gig. What started out as a part-time thing, I'm not doing full-time, and I quit a $100,000 job to do this. So it was a crazy move to do, but things are going great. And I thought I would start documenting our journey here on YouTube, because I know a lot of guys are wanting to do this, because who doesn't want to be running machines? It's an awesome life. It's awesome working for yourself. So I want to make some videos. I'm going to do a lot of like how-to stuff, take you guys out on job bids, show you what I'm looking at, kind of how I come up with some numbers, and just some general day in the life of being a business owner and how to do things, and maybe help you guys get to the point where I'm at. So that's my whole goal. So my whole goal is, for one, to get better at YouTube, which you can see I'm working on that. Two, help you guys out. So if I can help you guys out, that's what life's about. It's about people. Anyway, if that's something you want to see, definitely stick around, guys. I would really appreciate it, because I actually like making these videos. Give it a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, and I'll keep these videos coming. But anyway, this case drain, I've been milking this for a few days. I've been working on this a little bit here and there while I've been running machines, but today's Saturday, so I finally got this done. So check it out. So this is where it all started. This is the quick disconnect, obviously, for the case drain, and this kit I got from John Deere, and it came with everything I needed. A very well put together kit. The instructions were good and all that, but you can see this bracket's new. It all mounted right there. All this come with it. The hose obviously routes up through there. You just pop those out, put the bolt through the clamp, put it back in there. Pretty self-explanatory. This whole kit was really easy to put on, minus one area, and I'm about to show you that now here in a second. But this did not come with the kit. I just had this extra sheathing in the shop, so I put it on there just so it matched the rest of the machine. I need to zip tie that still, but the hardest part of this whole install was right here, and this had me cussing. This was a pain in the butt. Right here, so you gotta route, let's walk around the other side. You gotta route that hose through that knuckle, and what a pain in the butt. I tell you, this took longer to get it through here than it did the whole install. I'm not even joking. And I should have filmed it or taken pictures, but you can't really see, so you're gonna have to take my word for it. But this cover, it comes off. Take two bolts out there, one out there. This drops down through the bottom. And then what you're gonna see behind here is 6 factory hoses, all in clamps. It's really well designed. So you have to get this extra hose through that clamp, and you have to modify it. And basically, you have to take all that out, take the clamps out, and then I just used a box blade and trimmed out the rubber to make it fit. Once you get in there, it'll be pretty self-explanatory. So anyway, so that was the hardest part. And then the next part I had to modify was right here. So all 6 of those same hoses come down through here and through this clamp, and it's the same situation. You have to modify this clamp to get your extra hose through there. And I found that the bottom was the best place, because there's 2 hoses there, 2 in the middle and 2 in the bottom. Well, the bottom one had one smaller hose. One was bigger, one was smaller. So there was more room to play in there. So I trimmed that out, got that through there, put it back together. And then this cover, however it goes like that. Yeah, it goes back on there. You get the point. And then the hose runs right through that bulkhead there. And then you are done with the outside. You're basically home free now. So the next step is raising the cab. And the manual calls for a special jack you're supposed to get from John Deere, which I do not have. So I had to improvise, and I'll show you that here in a second. But let's walk through how to tilt the cab on this thing real quick. So to start the process, you got to pull a couple panels. The first one is right here. There's 4 bolts in the front, 2 on the side. That pops off. That's that panel over there. And then there's a trim panel that goes right here. There's just 2 bolts. Pop those out, set that aside. And that is it for the outside. So the next step, you have to go in the cab. So check this out. There's only 4 bolts you got to mess with in here, and they're right at the back of the cab. So there's actually 6 bolts back here. You only remove 4. So there's 1 there, 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 and there. Those 2 that have the red caps on them, don't touch them, because that holds your cab and your floor together. Has nothing to do with tilting the cab. So once I got that done, close this door. This is where you need the jack, because this is not like a skid steer. There's not a hydraulic shock to help lift it. So this thing's too heavy to lift. So that's where that jack comes in. I didn't have it, so this is what I did. I just used some ratchet straps, and I still got this one hooked up. You can see I hooked up there, and then I routed the ratchet strap down to anywhere I could hook. The thumb was the best place. And I put another one on the other side, and holy crap, guys, it is windier than heck out there. We'll go check that out here in a second. Let's finish this. Actually, let's go check it out. There's a freaking windstorm that came in. It's crazy. That's pitch black. You guys can't see nothing. Anyway, I'm like a squirrel. Get distracted easy. Anyway, so ratchet strap from there to there, put one on both sides, and then all I did was just ratchet it till I ran out of ratchet. And then I came over to the other side, had another one running there to there. Then I ratcheted it, and I mean, this thing was moving just little bits at a time, back and forth. And then once the cab was raised, this is what it looks like. Then you come under here. This is the safety, so that arm's gonna be sitting right down there, flipped down. You just flip that up, put it in that notch, and you're good to go. So that is the process for tilting the cab on this thing. So back to the install. Let me see if I can find a flashlight. I'm like the worst at setting stuff down and losing it. It's over there on the track. So the next part of the install is all under the cab. Let's walk over there and check that out. And you can see right there is where the hose comes in, and then that's the bulkhead it goes through. So you're ultimately trying to get over to there. So the hose runs through here. You can see I got a service loop there. I call that a service loop, guys. I was in the Air Force and worked on planes, and service loop is just extra wire. So like basically in the future, if I have to repair this hose, like cut off an end and replace it, there's extra hose, so I don't have to replace the whole hose, if that makes sense. So that's a service loop. So I guess what I'm getting at is this kit, the hose, was cut pretty dang close to what it needed to be. That's the only extra it had. But anyway, so the hose runs through there, and then there's a hole. Let me see if I can get the camera down there. You guys are upside down. Right there is where it pokes through. Let me get my fat belly out of here. And then you push it through, and it pops out this side right there. So this is the hose. That's the other end of it. So the next step. It says to put a vacuum on this reservoir. Well, I don't have the tool to do that. I don't even know what it is. So I had to adapt and overcome here too. And what I did was simply, this hose was hooked up to there, because this is where you're going. I just went and got my old lady, and I said, hey woman, get ready. As soon as I take this off, I need you to put your thumb on that. And that worked really good. So I took that off, and while my old lady was standing here with her thumb over that, keeping it from leaking, I pulled this over here, put this T comes with the kit, put that on there, put this together, put the new hose on there. And then I said, all right, woman, on 3, move your thumb. 1, 2, 3. She moved it. I popped that up there, tightened it up, and we lost like minimal hydraulic fluid. So we didn't do the whole vacuum thing is what I'm getting at. So that is the installation process on a 60P John Deere, and should be the same on a 60G. These things are pretty much identical. But anyway, that's that. I'm gonna get this machine closed back up, and then I'll check back in with you guys here shortly. I'll get that window in here and we'll get that put together. Boom, done. Now, let's get to this. This is the fun stuff. This is that GR Manufacturing front forestry window. I've had this thing for a few weeks. It's been sitting out under my lean-to. Look at all the leaves it's collected. I finally burnt leaves yesterday, by the way. Anyway, so I haven't even looked at this yet. So let's unbox this thing together. Let's pull it out, look at the pieces and parts. And it did come with some instructions. I kind of flipped through here a little bit, but it seemed way overcomplicated just for putting a window on a machine, but it did come with some brackets and we'll figure it out. So let's get this thing rolling. Let's get to her. It's like Christmas time around here. Check this out. Microphone. I'm fancy. See what I do for you guys? All this stuff. At least you can do is give me a like this video for all the effort. Not really. I'd be doing this anyway, even if you guys weren't watching. But I would appreciate a like, so hit that like button. Tag nothing on that. So it looks like this is the main piece. Man, she's heavy duty. Whew, love it. This is exciting. Let's set this over here. Let's set this somewhere where I don't damage it. Man, oh man. She's beefy. What do we got here? The box of something. Grab a box knife. This will work. Oh, looks like these are those brackets for the cab. And more stuff. Let's check that. Let's see here. So yeah, this looks like the brackets for the cab. So there's 1, 2 brackets here. Really nice. Let's see how well this... Close enough. It's about a shade gray difference, but it'll be all right. It'll still do its job. Let's get that and the leaves out of here. Get that out of here. Get out of here. Aha. So here, look how thick that is. This is the window right here. That's some thick stuff. Man. Nice. That looks like it. Oh, we got stuff in here still. Let's get this out. Bunch of rubber molding. Check that out. Next, I'm gonna assume this is just hardware. Where'd I put my box knife? Who else does this? I just had it. It's not in my pockets. I tell you, it's right there. Why didn't you tell me? It's right here. Come on now. You guys are probably screaming through your screen saying, hey, dummy, it's right by your feet. Let's see. Ah, an extended hose for the wiper. For the washer fluid. Man, I tell you, look at a lot of stuff in there. Man, at this rate, I may come back and do this tomorrow. Packing list, and then fancy sticker. That's it. Check this out. So here's the kit. Boom, boom, boom. And then the poly material. Heck, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I know what this is. It is tough fuck. Tough. Okay, I'm not even gonna try to say that because I'm just a good old country boy. The material for the window, look, we got that. We get it. Okay, we're moving on. So I'm not gonna bore you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and read this book and show me turning wrenches. So you guys seen everything that was in the box, and I'm just gonna go through the manual. I'm gonna put that together, and then I'll be right back. So stand by. Actually, I'm betting most of this is gonna be put together on the machine. So when I come back, it might be on the machine. We'll see. I'm just taking this step by step. So stand by. Let me do some work. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have everything laid out. I have my bearings now, so let's go over this. There's a lot of hardware here. It looks confusing, but it's actually not. So all of this bulk stuff, that is just to install the window onto the frame. So that's what all that's for. But man, the attention to detail in this kit, I am impressed. Like, I got a new windshield washer sprayer. Just everything's high quality, and I don't even know what these are for yet, but we're gonna find out. But this is a bird's eye view of the install. So most of the work is on the window. There's only 2 brackets to install on the machine, and that's the upper one. And then there's a lower one. It's, of course, not gonna show it right there. So I'm gonna get to it. I'll show you guys each step. I'm just not gonna show me wrenching. So I'm gonna put that on the machine, and that is right here. So I'm gonna do that real quick. So I made really good progress. I'm almost done with this. All I have to do is slap the window up there, but let's walk through. I'll show you what I got, because I didn't film a lot of this because honestly, it was a lot of just little pieces and parts putting together. But check this out. So on the machine, there's only 2 brackets that go on it. There's a lower bracket. It's held on by these 2. That's the bracket. And then the upper bracket, which is pretty slick. This thing is really well designed. I'm actually really impressed. So they relocated the windshield washer sprayer over to here, and everything was with the kit, so that's pretty slick. And then this bracket here, it mounts to the machine right there, and then the same on the other side. And those 2 little rubber bumpers that I seen earlier that we were looking at, those go right there and right there, and it just keeps this from ruining your paint. So good job, GR. Good job. It's really well designed. I'm impressed. But here's the window. The window's together. This was tedious, just putting in 2 washers, and there's a spacer, but it's really well designed. It's got gaskets that go all the way around it, and it's just a really nice product. I'm very happy with it. But let me slap this window up here, and then when I get it up, I'll get back on here and I'll show you how it goes on the machine. It's pretty simple, so stand by. Boom, done. Man, she turned out good. I am so happy with this. Just when you think a machine can't get any better, here we are. But man, I have to give a shout out to GR Manufacturing. Well done, guys. This kit, I'm telling you, spot on, near perfection, if not perfection. I mean, the fit and finish is great. The kit was well put together. The instructions were great. Everything I needed was in the kit. And you guys seen that pile of hardware on the counter. I mean, it was perfect down to the nut and the washer. Everything was a perfect count. So attention to detail is important to me. Well done, guys. You nailed it. And everything was thought of with this kit, guys. I mean, they really thought of this. All the way down to relocating the windshield washer nozzle. Factory, it's over here, and everything you need comes with this. I mean, this is well designed. And to wash the windows, all you got to do, unscrew that, and this thing hinges down at the bottom, so it hinge out, and they even put a lanyard on it, so it'll hinge out to about there. The lanyard will hold it. You wash your windows, you put it back up, screw it, you're done. So anyway, that's the window. I love it. It turned out great. Let's check it out from the inside. Check this out. What a view. One of my favorite views, guys. I love it. It's my favorite machine to run. But anyway, so that is that. So tomorrow we are gonna be mulching with this rig, and I can't wait. I've had this mulcher sitting out in the lean-to for about 3 weeks now. I just haven't had the time to mess with it. So tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow's Sunday, but I am gonna put that mulcher on here, and we're gonna go do some mulching on my own property because I got plenty to do here, and it's rare that I can actually work on my own stuff. So I'm excited to get that thing on this machine tomorrow and get out and shredding some trees, and I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. So stay tuned. The next video is gonna be this rig out with a mulcher, getting with it, and I can't wait. I can't wait to show you guys because I ran a demo unit with this exact same setup and I was really impressed. So anyway, that's it for me. This thing's ready to mulch. K-strain's on and the window's on. Mulcher's sitting out back, so we are gonna get to it. But anyway, that's it for me. I'm gonna head in the house. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. I really do. It means a lot to me. So if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, guys. That would help me out a ton. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this kind of content. And if you got any feedback for me, definitely hit me with it below. If there's anything you want to see, anything you want me to talk about or cover, anything business related, anything like that, definitely let me know. I'll definitely take care of you guys. But anyway, I'm out of here. We'll see you guys on the next one.